complain about that. But let's show you what else is going on right now. We have some snow in portions of the Northeast. Again, it's lake effect snow coming off of Erie this morning. It's well south of the Buffalo area, but heading towards the Jamestown area in Bradford, Pennsylvania, you have some light snow falling right now. Also coming off of Lake Ontario, north of Syracuse, south of Watertown, some snow falling for you. It's a lighter snow in southern Vermont, and also this morning, a couple snow showers in western Massachusetts. Most of this, though, not going to accumulate too much unless you're in the lake effect zone areas, and even that is not real organized. Now, temperature-wise, we did have a clipper system come through, and it knocked down our temperatures again. We're in the 20s around Syracuse this morning, 20s for you in Buffalo and Burlington. We're in the 30s from Boston to New York City, and that wind is making it feel even chillier. You heard that cold front coming through last night. You could really hear the winds whipping around out there, rattling your windows. The winds are still going this morning in Philadelphia, gusting to nearly 20. New York City out there, wind sustained about 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to make those 30s feel like it's in the 20s for you as you step out early this morning. As we take a look at your forecast, could there be any snow showers out there? There's the chance as we get you through the early part of today, but for the most part, we're drying out. The skies are going to clear, and you're going to see temperatures heading up to above average in a couple spots today. New York City will be about right at average, 40 degrees for you this afternoon, cooling down into the 30s for the walk home from work. Now, we'll get you into the forecast is that tomorrow we're going to see the temperatures warming up, 63 degrees in D.C., 55 in New York City. And then your Wednesday forecast, yes, we have rain coming in, but these temperatures are crazy. 57 in New York City, 63 in D.C.
Time for a check of today's headlines. Dara Brown joins us now from the MSNBC studios in New York with what's making news this morning.
And that area is very dry as well, so a fire is spread very easily, especially with the gusty winds. Well, right now it is 13 minutes past the hour. It's time for headlines. Maria Larosa standing by.
We're looking at the models, and Jen said, I like the GFS because it's more fun. Yeah, that's a weather person talking, right? But if you're getting to a football party, maybe not so much. So we'll get to that in a second. But talking about today, some light snow showers in and around the Great Lakes, interior and northeast, but the winds have calmed down in the northeast, so that's good news. We'll be tracking the western system, again, pushing off to the east to bring the northern tier more of the weather action, at least for the next day or two. We've got warm temperatures surging through the central plains and the south, well above average, though, literally across the country. So even tomorrow, with some of the snow on the map, places like Minneapolis, Chicago, yeah, you're feeling the chill, but it's all relative at this point. 43 in Minneapolis, really, this time of year? Yeah, you're feeling the warmth up there, anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above the average. By Wednesday, our quick moving system is now picking up a little bit more moisture, but it is on the warmer side of things. So we've got showers and thunderstorms from Louisville even on into New York and Boston. And then we have still the unsettled weather across the Pacific Northwest in the form of rain and snow. Southern California still looking good, 72 degrees in Los Angeles by midweek. Here we go on Thursday. More wet weather, rain from Louisville to New York, maybe a little bit of mix on the onset early on Thursday, but we get on into Friday, and yeah, things are looking kind of interesting here. We've got a big kind of push here of cold air coming down from Canada, and that's going to help churn up some of that moisture. And again, enough cold air in place here that on the northern fringe during the day on Saturday could mean some snow for Chicago and Kansas City. What gets interesting is into the northeast during Saturday and on into Sunday, where that question of where that freezing line is, if it's going to be rain, is it going to be snow? And of course, right along that spot tends to see some of the heavier snow with big systems pushing in. So this is absolutely one to watch. But look at how many areas could be picking up some snow from Chicago to Kansas City to Cincinnati, and yes, even on into New York.
Now back to you.
That's pretty cool, Dara. Thank you. Reminds me of Rapunzel and the floating lights.
Yeah, mission accomplished, right? A little PR there.
Exactly.
Coming up here on your weather tip, past the hour, time now to check today's headlines. Dara Brown joins us from the MSNBC studios in New York. Dara.
Now back to you.
All right, Dara, thank you. Ever do a polar bear plunge?
No. Have you?
No.
Would you do one?
I think I might. I think I might.
You can go in my place. Eric was trying to talk me into going with him. I don't want anything to do with it. All right, so coming up next, we have a check.
The flowers, too. I don't know about you, Jen, but I have daffodils up and I have tulips up. The crocus are starting to bud. Yeah, it's kind of crazy out there. Let's show you where we're going to see those swings and in some cases maybe a little snow thrown into the mix. Today, it is about the snow and some of the icier conditions for the Great Lakes, upper Midwest, interior Northeast, but so far so good from New York to D.C. Those areas, yeah, you're feeling the change. We've had some windy conditions in the Northeast yesterday. Not today. Not a bad afternoon. New York, 40 degrees. Atlanta, 63. Dallas, you're going to be up into the 60s with lots of sunshine. Tomorrow, fairly quiet, but notice that we have another system that's pushing into the west and another round of wintry weather along the northern tier. That's the kind of the gist that we're dealing with for the rest of the week. Temperatures, notice too, 43 degrees in Minneapolis. Kind of hard to believe that you're even thinking about snow in the forecast with those kinds of temperatures, but it is just a little bit. Come Wednesday, we notice a little bit of moisture gets mixed in with the the next impulse here, it is on the warm side. So not only we're talking about rain, but thunderstorms from Louisville, even on into New York and Boston, believe it or not, getting into Wednesday. The temperatures, again, kind of tell the story. It is mild, although cooler on the northern tier, Minneapolis at 38 degrees, but you've got 60s and 70s to the south. All right, here's where things get kind of interesting. We're watching some cool air kind of try and dig down from Canada. That's going to help churn up a big system that we're watching for Friday. It's going to bring rain from Kansas City to Houston, but snow on the northern fringe. What makes it interesting is not only is it Super Bowl weekend, but we've got a lot of big cities in the mix here where we're wondering, is it going to be rain? Is it going to be snow? Is it going to be wind? Is it going to be a mess? Well, right now, calling for some snow in Chicago as we get from Saturday into Sunday, New York into Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Detroit, snow right now, and maybe even some wind too. Rain on the southeast side, the western half of the U.S., pretty quiet. Jen?
Now back to you.
And it worked, and I'm going to try it, I think.
I was just going to say, and I may check out his website, just saying. Coming up here on Your Weather Today, the unseasonable warmth giving wind. Time to check today's headlines. Dara Brown joins us now from the MSNBC studios in New York with what's making news this morning. Dara.
Now back to you.
All right, thank you, Dara.
All right, well, still ahead on Your Weather Today. We have an update. Stump for votes in Florida. A line is drawn in the Sunshine State's pristine stand. At odds, the environment and the economy. From offshore drilling to preserving the Everglades, Florida is a bounty of resources. It's just hard to decide if their greatest value comes from leaving them untouched or tapping them. Well, I think the only weather that's going to interrupt people getting to the polls tomorrow is it's time for our news headlines. Dara Brown joins us. Good morning, Dara.
Now back to you.
Dara, thank you. I think it kind of looks like jellyfish with the bioluminescence.
It did. Very creative, very creative.
Well, coming up on Your Weather Today,